Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Round number 3 of the DTM92 Season 4 Championship. Here we are, round number 3 of 6. And round number 3 comes to you from Valerbanen. It is a very small, very quick track located in Norway. About 1.4 miles or 2.3 kilometers. Looks like about 10 turns and very quick. You're seeing on the time screens right now about 56 seconds for Matt Bergen out there in P1 currently in the very heavy Audi, extra heavy even for him, as he's sitting about 80 kilograms of extra ballast, extra weight for him, as he's been the average P1 result for race number, for round number 1 and round number 2. So he's gotten an extra 15 kilograms of ballast for every round so far. So he's currently sitting at 80, which is very, very much compared to obviously everyone else. So he's obviously making that thing work through the corners, even with holding that extra weight, about 1/10 ahead of Ed Scott there in P2, also sitting in an Audi. So the Audis are getting it working right now here at Valerbanen. But as always, when we start these up, thanks for watching, thanks for being here, thanks for hanging out for the various rounds we've had going already of the DTM92 Championship. Like I said, this is round number 3 of round 6. So every round has 2 races of 25 minutes. So, really 6 rounds, but 12 races. The average position finishes from the previous round either add or reduce the amount of ballast that can be in the vehicle. If you remember from round 1, if you've been watching all the way through, everyone started with an even extra 50 kilograms of ballast. The Audi, I think, is at like 98% power, and then I believe the Mustang is at 99% power. So some of these cars, just due to the way they run, how well they run, how much power they have compared to the other vehicles, there's been some BOP, some custom BOP put into play for this championship. So welcome back from round number 3. Thanks for being here. We're live right now on Twitch. When you watch this back, thanks for watching them back as well. It'll be available right away. Right when I hit end, it'll be up there, ready to run back as a replay. So thanks for watching it live. Thanks for watching it back as a replay. It's always appreciated. If you like it, make sure and throw a thumbs up on it. Throw a like, slam, smash, bop, whatever the like button, whatever you want, whatever term you want to use to push that button, do it. Get those likes up. Leave a comment if you want to, good or bad. We look at them all. We try to respond as much as we can, and we go from there. So, always welcome back. Subscribe if you haven't already. As you've kind of seen, that we're certainly kind of streaming on this side, on YouTube side, more than Twitch lately, only because it seems to work now on YouTube compared to when it didn't before for me. So follow the Twitch side as well. We'll try to get to both sides as we go. Maybe as we get a few more live streams on YouTube, we'll switch back and forth between YouTube and Twitch, just to give love to both sides and to all the followers and subscribers on both sides. Find the Discord, join the Discord, and you'll have all the opportunity to get involved with future season championships, future community races, whether it be in Raceroom or AMS2 or really anywhere else. Granted, we are a Raceroom centric Discord server, but we do stuff in AMS2. We do things in ACC. We have people that are involved with iRacing. So, our community members are active across the sim racing landscape. They are active in all the various sims. So if you join up with our server, you're going to find someone to race with in whatever sim, during any time of the Americas time zones. So a plus if you're on this side of the world and you're looking for people to race with. Certainly find our server, seek it out, join it, tell us how you got there, and welcome and enjoy. So beyond those two, make sure to find our Twitter, find our Instagram. Those two avenues of social media. We'll put up stuff every now and then, various content. So if you're into Twitter, if you're into Instagram, give each of those a simple follow, and enjoy the ride, be along with it. So that's the various avenues we have of streaming and of community and social media. So that's all we have for that. So finally, welcome, and thanks for stopping by, no matter if it's now or later. Just so everyone can get an idea of the ballast changes, I have a simple graphic once again that we will bring up, and it's getting a little tougher to kind of to keep track of all the changes from round to round, week to week. So what we have this week are really all the people that are over 50 kilograms, over that base that was set for round number 1, and then we have everyone that's actually under the 50 kilograms due to the previous 2 rounds and the overall positions. They've actually gotten below that starting 50, or they were above 50 from round 1 to round 2, and then not so good of an outing from round number 2, and they've actually gone back down below the 50 kilograms. So very quickly, Matt Bergen, your current P1 of the practice server, is sitting at 80 kilograms. He's been your overall, or I should say your average P1 finisher for round number 1 and round number 2. So he is now sitting at extra 80 kilograms, 98% power. Luke Longnecker, I think is at 75. It only goes by 20s on the bottom, so bear with me if but Matt Carnahan's a little bit over 60. Theo Lupu just a little under 60. Ramiro Perez, a little bit below 60, but still over 50. Rudolph Stein, Evan Gramke, Richard Blatcher, Raymond Aguilar, Theodore Ensbury, Shea Samuels, and Ian McClure. All of those folks are up over 50 kilograms. For everyone falling below 50 kilograms, you've got Medici, Sean McInnes, Derek McCord, Keshen Hall, Von Gingrich, Andy Morehouse, Ed Scott, your current P2 right now. So he is making that lower level ballast obviously work in his favor for Valerbanen here. Matty Vargas, Chase Small, Amato Pereira, M. Sketty, and Busby. Those are the folks that are currently under the 50 kilograms. So keep an eye out on the leaderboard for those names, as you might see some of those up a little higher than what they normally have been, because they have obviously less kilograms, less weight than the people still stuck at 50, and then those that are obviously above 50. So that's kind of how we have it. We may have more names and more craziness for next round when it comes to this graphic here, but we will try to do as much as we can and keep it looking as good as we can for this. So let's moving on back to the in-game scene here. And really, I think right now 30 people have set a time. We've got 32 in the server. We have 35 total, so right now we're missing about 3 people, which, it's a shame as of right now, with 30 seconds to go in practice, that we're missing 3 people, but we still have 32 people out there for Valerbanen. It's gonna be absolutely nuts. It's a short track anyway, like I was saying. These cars are fairly boxy, pretty big. These aren't small by any means. So it's gonna be elbow to elbow. It's gonna be door to door out there, and hopefully we don't see anyone have to not finish due to incident points or anything like that. So hopefully we see everyone who starts this round in first race, hopefully we see them all finish. An extra little tidbit here as we move from practice to qualifying is that due to the shortness of this track, due to how kind of small it is, we've changed this round to be a rolling qualifying. And what that means in race room terms is that everyone is out there in a solo qualifying session. So you will not see all 32 cars out here at one time. You're going to see people in their own little sessions, but the software is smart enough to obviously still bounce around between everybody. So enjoy this, as you're going to see, the people who are in the top 10 or even top 5. You're going to see them bust out some laps here by themselves, as well as everyone else, currently in the server. So if you've done that before in Raceroom, you'll know that it's kind of nice, to be honest with you, because you're not fighting with people for track position. You're not trying to get out on the track in a certain spot or in between people or anything like that. You really have free reign for 15 minutes to try to put in as many good laps as you can, or as quickly as you can, for race number 1's starting grid. So and I'll tell you what, let's go on board with Matt Bergen. That way you can kind of see the track itself here. So Matt Bergen get out kind of wide there. It does not mess anyone else up, because like I said, everyone is in their own qualifying. So let's jump to someone else. We see Theolupu resetting to make his way around. We're actually up to 33 people now, so still missing 2. They have 12 minutes to get into the server. For our championships, we allow all the way up until basically the end of qualifying to join in. So about 12 minutes for folks, the last 2 people, to try to join in here. I'm just trying to see who else is out there. Ramiro Perez, currently P9, about 1.2 seconds off the P1 time of Matt Bergen. Let's get rid of that. That makes it look a little bit better. As you see, Ramiro at least putting in some green sectors here for number 1. We'll see what he comes up with in number 2 here. It goes awful wide, but manages to not trigger any track limits there. And he's through sector 1, through sector 2. Green sectors for himself, so he's going to put in probably a better time than what he already has. Obviously not purple, so he's not getting up there in the Matt Bergen land. But he's going to come across 57.4, which will move him up somewhere once it moves. He's in 11th right now, and maybe that's where he's going to stay. Let's go on board with Theodore Insbury here. He just started. So here's your turn 1 and 2, little chicane. Hopefully we do not see a bunch of death on turn 1, lap 1 right there, but we very well could. Who knows? But as you come down there, you're going to have just a sweeping right hand, which is turns 5 and 6 right here. Once you get through 5 and 6, a short little jaunt down here to turn 7, which is kind of a you'd think it'd be quick, but it's not. Turn 7 to the left. Theodore gets down into 3rd gear, hits turn 8, 3rd all the way through it, slams it up into 4th right there. Breaks about the 50 mark or so, keeps it in 4th around turn 9. Drops it down to 2nd for turn 10. No track limits, no track cuts. Keeps it. He's going to be green all the way through and come with a 56.502, which moves him up to 2nd overall. So perfect timing to go on board with Theodore there, as he manages to move up to P2 with that lap. It's a fantastic lap. Let's jump around. See Dom Bessel here. Currently down in P23 in his yellow, black, and white Opel. Putting in some green sectors for himself. I'm gonna try something here. Oh, it shows all of it. There you go. Commentary is brought to you by Tom's Tomfoolery Warehouse and stuff. Check them out. They're all full of stuff in that warehouse. It's mostly tomfoolery stuff. Tom owns it. We'll get rid of that. Gone. Don Bessel was in P23, now sits in P18, so he's moving up a little bit. Still 33 people in. Missing 2. I won't even begin to figure out who we might be missing, unfortunately. If it's 2 people from the same team, it's obviously going to put a manufacturing team, you know, kind of out, as they're going to be missing 2 people as Dom goes sliding through the first turn chicane there. Let's jump on with Luke Longnecker here. Where exactly is he? He's coming into turns 9 and 10. Currently in P6. As you remember, he has the second heaviest ballast behind Matt Bergen in his Audi. So he is still sitting in P6 as he rides the curbs there. And just because Luke asked for it, let's give him the helicam for this qualifying lap with the beautiful trees here in Norway. We see the top, the number 44 Audi as he comes down through. That's turns 7 and 8. He's going to be coming up to. See the tail lights go on. He's taking that full out as he comes down to turn number 9. In turn 10. The helicopter is going to earn its paycheck today. Hopefully they have enough fuel. If not, they're going to have to land. And they'll be grounded. Luke Longnecker comes across. I don't know what he just came across with. He's still in 6th. That last lap was invalid, so he obviously went off somewhere. And Ed Scott. Alright, helicopter. I don't want you anymore. Ed Scott is now taking over as your pole sitter. 3 100ths ahead of Matt Bergen with a 56.353. We're on board with him for just a moment for this lap. He has not improved Sector 1. Let's see if you can do anything in Sectors 2 and 3 here. Grail across the board, which is okay because he owns the top spot, so he's not really trying to at least push the envelope. If he gets a better one, I'm sure he'll be happy about it, but now that he owns it, he can kind of relax for, you know, a minute or 2, ramp back up, and maybe try to bust out another good one. So 6 people on board here watching. I appreciate that. Thank you for showing up. Thanks for hanging out. We're just going to go auto director here, as he's going to jump around better than what I will. Richard Blatcher, currently P15. He's on a green Sector 1. We'll see where he comes through for Sector 2, if it stays with him long enough. And Richard Blatcher, just from where we were watching, he is still in P15. Now Matt Bergen here has purpled sector 1, so he's going for it. He's gonna try to put his teammate, his Audi teammate Ed Scott, behind him, try to put him back into P2. But he is purpled sector 1 and 2. If he doesn't mess up this last turn here, he's probably gonna have it. He's gonna come across in a 56.082. He is so close to 55, but he's done it. He has gotten his P1, his pole position back, and has put Ed Scott almost 3/10 down in P2. So that was a mega lap. That was mega, I'll tell you how much. Let's see, Patrick Carnahan trying to do the Mustangs proud at the moment, currently sitting in P3. And it looks like we have a pretty good shakeup of manufacturers, at least in the top 10. We've got 3 Audis. We've got 1 Ford. We've got 3 Mercedes. 2 BMWs. 1 Opel. So at least every manufacturer is being represented here in the top 10. Apologies, I was counting manufacturers. So we're missing 1 BMW and 1 Mercedes from this race. Well, I should say from this round, as those 2 individuals have coming up on 2.5 minutes to jump into the server. Some folks have not put in a time yet. Matty Vargas and Jeff Lacey have yet to put in time, so as of right now they will be starting in 32 and 33 respectively. So I don't know if that's by choice or if they jumped in and had to walk away and do some things before actual race time, but we're at least seeing 31 people put in times. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know who I'm still on. Auto Director will jump to Vaughn. Gingrich here, currently P10. And the green-white Tic Tac BMW Tic Tac Attack Team, I think that's what they're calling themselves. Say that 10 times fast. I know I can't and I won't, so something for you to try at home. We have about 1:45 to go. That's probably 1 good lap left. That's 1 mess up, restart, and go. Well, no, you can't restart because where does it restart you? Yeah, I think it restarts you probably between 9 and 10, I would assume. Jackson Sangalang here, taking it way off. That's a track limit. That one will not count. Ramiro Perez up to P10 now. And a lot of folks are starting to go gray, which means they are taking it to the pits, getting themselves mentally ready. There will be a 7-minute warm-up, I believe, this time. So 7-minute warm-up before 25 minutes of race number 1. As always, we will try to keep the action in the forefront. We will try to keep it on screen as best as we can. This evening for this race, for this track, it'll probably be fairly tough. So we might be doing maybe a lot of helicopter camera for this one, kind of higher up in the air to really see the pack. Maybe stay bunched up together or maybe spread out. I don't know. But we'll certainly all find out together. But here you are. Your qualifying results. Matt Bergen, P1 with a 156.082. Ed Scott, P2 with a 156.35. Patrick Carnahan, P3 with a 156.409. Theodore Ensbury, P4. Mark Shane, P5. Luke Lonnecker, P6. Rudolph Stein, P7. M. Sketty, P8. Theo Lupu, P9. And Ramiro Perez, P10. And as it scrolls through there, you'll see everyone else and where they ended up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute myself for just a second and step away, and then we will be back for a warm-up, and then we'll be back for the first race.
In leaderboard, I was growing it like every 2 laps, basically.
Someone hasn't listened.
Yeah, can people stay in pit lane while this happens, please?
Few people haven't listened.
Was it raised at all, or is it still at 40? Was it raised at all, or is it still at 40? Okay.
Thanks, Jared.
Thank you, Jared.
Ian, good luck.
Jared.
All right, everyone. So we have about a minute to go. I'm sure the director here has caught some crazy shenanigans that usually happen during the warm-up round. If you're new to this, at least our community, the warm-up round is generally used for just chaotic insanity. Is the best way to say it. Folks look for jumps. Folks look to somehow try to destroy their car as much as they can. And they're not really used for really any type of strategy or working anything out. Some I'm sure do, but as you can see, there's cars going over the wall via a jump. So this is when folks really get the any pre-race jitters or any whatever you want to call anything in the pre-race. This is how they relax before they get ready for a race. But as the warm-up comes to the end, if you're familiar with Raceroom, there'll now be a 59-second, 1-minute countdown for everyone to set their fuel load, set any last-minute changes to the setup for the vehicle before they get out on track, before they hit drive and get to the grid. Once you hit drive and get to the grid, there's nothing else you can do. You're basically set for how you have it. So if you've underfueled the car, you set yourself up for a pit stop. So you really want to double check what you're doing there in that small countdown before you hit drive and go. As I said, let's try to get So here we are in the helicopter cam. We're going to move around a few times. Helicopter cam. I'm going to cross fingers. We don't see anyone really biff it there in turns 1 and 2 chicane. But, you can never really tell. Let's go. All right, here we go. So we're the helicopter cam. We're going to go back on Theo Lupu here. Actually, I don't know how great it's going to be. So we're going to go helicopter here with Patrick Carnahan as they go through turn 9 and turn 10. Here's the start-finish line. And off they go. So at least the top 3, 4, 5, everyone's kind of making it through. Dom Bessel makes it through. Let's just keep going backwards. Everyone's kind of taking it nice and easy through there. It was perfect to see. As we go all the way through back at nothing. So fantastic stuff. Matt Bergen out in P1 leading the way. We're right here with Imsketty. Helicopter kind of goes further back. There's Luke Longnecker, P6. Working on Mark Shane in the Mercedes, trying to get by. Mark goes a little bit wide. Luke's got the inside. Kind of a late break with that heavy vehicle. Gets right on by. Moves up to P5. Richard Blatcher here in the back. Well, I shouldn't say in the back. My apologies to him. Kind kind of right in the middle. P17. He's going to get by Scott Galbraith up to 16. Scott now has a gaggle of Ford Mustangs all around him, in front and behind, as they move through the turn 1 and 2 chicane. That's Keshin Hall right there behind him. Let's go on board. As we go through all this, there are yellows and reds in the timing software all the way up and down because people are very, very close. Theodore Insbury, currently P4, trying to get there with Patrick Carnahan. We'll go on board with him. We're going to follow him through turns 9 and 10. Back to the start-finish line. Has to overcorrect there ever so slightly. Loses just a little bit of time, but you know, anywhere on this track, you're not really going to fall that far behind unless you go completely off. Evan Gramke right here with a bunch of people. He's got who? Dom Bessel right on his side. Side by side through there. Dom slides right on by. Evan gets a very short slowdown, which has already served it. Onward they go. Keshin Hall still here with Scott Galbraith as they go through turns. Which ones are those? 5 and 6 on that side of the circuit. The Knight Rider Mustangs, as I call them. That's Keshin Hall and Flavio Barros. Everyone out there is obviously racing for position, but they are also racing as manufacturer teams as well. So you obviously want to come ahead, or try to come ahead of everyone as much as possible. But the team really also kind of has to work together to try to get as many high positions as possible. So you certainly don't want to take out a team member. You don't want to take out anyone, but you don't want to take out a team member. Fast Medici, he's got 2 Mustangs ahead of him. He's got Walt Graves and the Audi right behind here in 20 and 21. That's Flavio Barros. Keshin Hall, I see a yellow. Who is it? Von Gingrich is currently backwards in the gravel. He will have to come back on safely where he can. He's moving on down. He's going to rejoin where he can. Ramiro Perez. Right up in here. BMW, Mercedes, Opel, Sketty, Perez, and Bessel. As you go through turns 10. Slight wobbles from everybody there. Onward they go. We're back here with Mike Lobin. That's Mike Lobin. That's Derek McCord. That's Andy Morehouse. I believe they just went through 5 and 6. No, I'm sorry, 9 and 10. Onward they go. This is going to be fast and furious here for 25 minutes. We're already on lap number 5 by Mr. Bergen. He's already got a 1.6, 1.8 second lead over Ed Scott in P2. I see another yellow. Amato. Must have had an issue out there somewhere. Now currently down back in P33. We've got Dom trying to make a run. Let's go on board with Dom. He's got that very big, we gotta take it to the inside. There's some beating and banging. Who is that? That's Flavio. He tried to slide himself there on the inside, but the door was shut. And he sits there still in P17. Flavio goes off a little bit. We're gonna stick right with this. Dom got greedy. Dom got greedy. Oh, but he holds it. It's kind of hitting the back, and there's chaos everywhere. That's Medici right there ahead now. I see what's flying on by Keshin Hall that had that got a little contact with Dom, saving it from disaster there on the left-hand side. Evan Gramke, Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage. I don't think Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage actually made it to Valerbanen. I don't think they were allowed in Norway. Probably for the better. But Evan made it to Norway, safe and sound. and is carrying on the Jones Barbecue Foot Massage name and sponsorship. So good on him. I think Norway also denied any food from Jones Barbecue Foot Massage. Shay Samuels here. Another one of those Night Rider Mustangs. He's trying to eat a Tic Tac. A couple Tic Tacs. Who's that? That's Mark Sutton. Right there ahead. Let's go on board as they're very close. Mark Sutton right there. Shay Samuels is going to maybe try to take. Got a fantastic exit. And our helicopter has not run out of gas yet. Still up there. And Shay Samuels moves up to 22. Walt Graves. Who's this? That's Don Bessel. Keshen Hall. Walt Graves. 18, 19, 20. Let's go on board. Walt here. On the inside of Keshen Hall. This might be something here coming into turn 1 and 2. Keshen manages to get ahead, stay ahead. No one crashes there in that chicane, which is perfect. Theodore Insbury right here at Patrick Carnahan. Also has Luke Longnecker, I think right behind. That is Luke Longnecker. And that's going to give Longnecker the opportunity, as there was some feisty racing there between Patrick Carnahan and Theodore Insbury, 3 and 4. Luke Longnecker here now MP5. And he's going to hound the back of that Mercedes. Right now they all look okay. Theodore's hanging with Patrick Carnahan there, maybe waiting for a mistake, waiting for an opening. We will keep an eye on that. We will come back for that. Maybe. Let's see Michael Oben back here in P26. Jeff Lacey right behind. Andy Morehouse directly ahead as they go through the turns 1 and 2 chicane. Around turns 3 right there. Well, 3 and 4, I think. Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there. Luke Longnecker. I have a feeling the group of 5 here in the front are going to be close for the next 16 minutes. As we see that heavy body of the Audi oscillating. I don't know if that's the correct term for that right there, but I'm going to say that oscillating over the curbs of turns 1 and 2. Don Bessel back here has flown right on by Fast Medici there in the Audi. I'm not really sure what's happened there. There is Shay Samuels well on the inside of the track. Not sure what's happening with him. But let's go auto director. That is Steve Busby in the same. I think he might be a lap down, perhaps. I don't know. He might be coming in. I'm unsure. Evan Gramke. All right, everyone, my apologies, but there is a shake-up there in the top 5. Matt Bergen still in P1, Patrick Carnahan now in P2, Theodore Insbury P3. Ed Scott has moved back to P4 with Luke Longnecker right there on his tailpipe in P5. And they've got Matty Vargas going backwards around there. I think some folks have maybe gone. There's someone coming out. That's probably Matty Vargas coming right back out. Unfortunately, right into some people. That's Steve Busby getting out of the way. So blue flag back markers are going to be something to watch out for all these folks out there. As if you get cycled out, obviously you're going to probably go a lap down, depending on how long you're off the side of the track. And if you get back on, then you're going to be right there in lap traffic for the duration of the race. Jeff Lacey here in P25, right there with Andy Morehouse, Mike Lobin right behind. And they have Shea Samuels got a stop and go penalty for himself. That is never a good thing. Jeff Lacey trying to get by Andy Morehouse. And they're battling through. Shea Samuels got a stop and go for overtaking under yellows. Unfortunately for him, Sean McGinnis on the outside of turn number 8. He's going to wait for some time for that way he can get back in. He does successfully. Luke Longnecker here, still P5. Still behind Ed Scott. We've got 3 outlets in the top 5. It's domination. Richard Blatcher. Like he was released from a cannon right there. Gets right by Ian Muschietti for P13. And Scott Galbraith is right there as well. Flavio Barros not far behind. And this is positions 13, 14, 15, and 16 we're looking at. And I'll tell you what, that's the static camera. That's probably the action camera. That's something else. That's where you see all the sparks going. So Ed Scott is now in P5. So Luke Longnecker has overtaken him for P4. Flavio Barros. Yeah, we'll stick with this one. With the TV camera. Flavio is in P16, but right there with Scott Galbraith and Sketty. Richard Blatcher. And then there's all kinds of stuff happening down here. So you got Emery Anderson here in P22. You got Jackson Sanglang very close ahead. Jeff Lacey right behind. But then it has a whole crew of folks there. Mark Sutton, Andy Morehouse, Von Gingrich, Mike Lobin. Someone's off to the side. I think it's a back marker. Steve Busby, I think, as Dom's able to get by. Evan Gramke here. Up into 11th. Luke Longnecker is trying to make Theodore Insbury sweat a little bit right here. Theodore manages to hold him off through turns 1 and 2. And then through 5 and 6, still ahead. But look at this, Ed Scott. Ed Scott's right there with him. We're going to stay on board here with Ed Scott so you can see kind of the ongoing battle right ahead of him for 3-4. And Ed Scott here in 5. Longnecker's going for it. He's going for it. He's going inside. He's going outside. He's bobbing and weaving. He's got Ed Scott right here as well. Ed gets a very good release off turn 10 down the straight. It's going to be like bowling balls through here. Luke Longnecker takes it too far out. And that allows Ed Scott to move right on by. Longnecker once again then back off around turn 4. and he's dropped back about 2 seconds now. Behind Ed Scott there in P4. Let's see Mike Lobin trying to take down a Tic Tac. All right, Ed Scott here, P4. Right there with Theodore Insbury. Let's go on board with Ed Scott. There is a back marker, maybe somebody. I don't know who that is. Dom Bessel has 100% damage. Oh, he is gone, unfortunately for Dom. He is floating in the ether under the circuit. M. Sketty trying to go for Flavio. Not going to have him through turns 7 and 8. Down to 9. That was Ed Scott. Still working on Theodore Insbury there, holding strong in P3. Under 6.5 to go. Eric McCord into the pits. Unsure what for. Maybe damage, maybe not. Out he goes. Matty Vargas is slow down the back. I think he's a lap down, so he's just kind of moving out of the way. Evan Gramke trying to chase down Casey Soul here. P10 and P11. I will remind you that the finishing positions for race number 1 determine the starting positions for race number 2. So everyone's trying to get as high as they can for their starting position in race number 2. And to everyone out there on YouTube at the moment, thank you for stopping by. Make sure to put a like on this video. Make sure to put a comment. Make sure to subscribe if you can. right. Evan Gramke. So we've got Ian McClure here. Let's go on board with Ian McClure. You've got Ian McClure that we're on board with. You've got Evan Gramke right ahead in the Audi in P11. You've got Casey Soul in P10. These three are very close. They're also coming up on a yellow flag, I believe. Someone might be off or someone might be slow. Don't see anything at the moment. Onward they go. We'll stay on board here. For all those at the front, Matt Bergen, almost a 5-second lead over Patrick Carnahan in P2. Theodore Insbury up in P3, Luke Longnecker P4, Ed Scott P5. And 1 through 10 is pretty much spread out. The 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 here is very much close. We're going to go on board with Scott Galbraith here, P14. That's P10 all the way out there in front with Casey Soul. So we'll stick on board with him right here because this pack of 5. Andy Morehouse with the drive-through penalty, unfortunately for him, speeding through the pit lane. Scott Galbraith trying to take it to the inside of Richard Blatcher. Almost has it. Has to back out just a little bit. He's going to try to catch back up. As they go through 9, and then they go through 10. We're coming up on a minute 40, minute 30 to go. Evan Gramke right here, looking to forward, right at the tailpipe. We'll stay on board here for just a moment. Jump back to Scott Galbraith. Scott's caught right back up to Richard Blatcher there after the attempt, the pass attempt. We've got Ian McClure. We're going to jump up just a couple cars on board with Ian McClure here as he is trying to get around, trying to get by Evan Gramke here in P11. We've got 38 seconds to go. Matt Bergen is clear down here. He will probably get to the line before the timer ends, so there will probably be one more lap to go. There are yellow flags all over the place. Keshen Hall has stopped. Come to a stop. Right then and there, he will continue to move down the leaderboard. Oh, and he has gone to the pit, so he is out. Matt Bergen come across the line. 9 seconds to go. Final lap for him. And he has just dominated once again, ladies and gentlemen, for 4 out of the 5 races that we've ran so far in this championship. I believe he's finished P1. So domination from himself, domination from that heavy Audi. Evan Gramke, right here. What's he going to do? I think lap traffic's coming into play. People trying to jump out of the way as much as possible. Yellow flags all over the place. It's a free-for-all at this point. Matt Bergen's going to come around, and he is going to win race number 1, round 3, Valerbanen. Congratulations to him. Here comes Patrick Carnahan, about 5 seconds behind in the Mustang. P2 for Patrick Carnahan. Luke Longnecker somehow up there in P3. I missed that. My apologies for all that. Ed Scott coming through in P4. Rudolph Stein, P5. Theodore Insbury, P6. Theolupu comes across here in P7. Ramiro Perez, P8. Mark Shane here in the Mercedes, P9. They're coming across fast now. Casey Saul, P10. Evan Gramke, P13. Ian McClure, P12. Scott Galbraith, P13. Flavio Barros, P14. Sketty, 15. Richard Blatcher's coming across here in P16. Jeff Lacey, P17. Fast Medici here in P18, flashing his lights. Walt Graves, P19, Jackson Sangling out there on the lead lap. He is currently in P20. And I think everyone else... Oh. So Jackson, he was the first person a lap down, so 20 through 33 or one or more laps down. That is quite impressive from Matt Bergen there, or for everyone on the lead lap. But there are your race results for race number 1. Take a mental snapshot of that. That's your starting grid for race number 2 right then and there. So as this race comes to an end, there will be another warm-up round in between. I'm going to mute myself for most of that. And I will be right back before the start of race number 2. Stick around, hang out, put a like on it. Oh, actually the server's kicked me out, so I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to get back into the server since I was kicked. And we'll be back before the start of race number 2. right, all right, all right. Almost ready for race number 2. Hopefully the quality of the stream looks fantastic. Each stream I am pushing the envelope even more of my connection to see if it works. And it looks like it's doing pretty well, so hopefully the quality of it looks amazing. Hopefully it all sounds amazing. Hopefully I'm doing an okay job of commentary for anyone out there watching right now or watching back later. So all the views, all the likes, any comments, any subscribes is all very much appreciated by myself, but then also of the entire community, because that's who this is done for. It's not done for me. It's done for the community. It's done for all those folks out there currently on track and a part of this seasonal championship. So make sure and hit that like button. Make sure to leave a comment if you want to. Warm-up number 2 over. We're now in that countdown where people need to make sure they get enough fuel. It looked like there were some folks that ran out of fuel in race number 1, so hopefully they get that corrected before hitting drive here in race number 2 to get to the grid. So Matt Bergen will be out there. We're going to go helicopter cam again. Matt Bergen, P1, Patrick Carnahan, P2, Luke Longnecker, P3, Ed Scott, P4, Rudolph Stein, P5, and Theodore Ensbury in P6. As we go helicopter cam, we'll be on Theodore Ensbury here, as he will be kind of in the mid-pack. Not mid-pack. I keep saying mid-pack. I don't mean mid-pack. Mid-top 10. As they come to the line, they're off. Matt Bergen gets away. Patrick Carnahan right there behind him. Well, hopefully we're going to see everyone hopefully make it here through the chicane. Some bunch up there at the back. Everyone's made it though. There's someone off. Who was that? Casey Soul, I believe. Off on the inside grass there a little bit. Ed Scott trying to run down his Audi teammate of Luke Longmaker, P3, P4. As they go through 7 and 8. No yellow flags yet, so everyone's kind of made it around thus far. 9 and 10. Matt Bergen's going to lead lap number 1 of race 2. We've got Fast Medici back here with Richard Blatcher. And the entire software board right now is all yellow and red because everyone is so close. Everyone's under a second to the person in front of them. Ian McClure here. Let's go on board. Just one more shout out to the commentary sponsor, Tom's Tomfoolery Warehouse and Stuff. Tom's a fantastic man. He has a fantastic warehouse. He has some fantastic stuff in there. It's all tomfoolery, 24/7. Luke Longnecker. We're still in helicam. Look at this. The helicopter was able to land during race 1 and 2. Was fueled back up. Back up there, and I heard the pilot say that the skies were clear, they were blue, they were fantastic. Longnecker was off to the side there for a little bit, managed to get back on without really losing any time. Also didn't lose the car, so stays there in P3, but he's got Ed Scott about 2 tenths behind as they come down to 7 and 8. Sliding those Audi boats right on through, and they make it. Where was Evan Gramke? There he is. Let's go on board with Evan Gramke. He is right there with Mark Shane. He's going to take the inside. Oh, he's got it. Let's go that wing. There they are. Look at these 3 people back here behind him. It's Mark Shane, Casey Saul, Ian McClure. As they go through the turn 1 and turn 2. Cars bounce, bunny hopping everywhere. And Evan Gramke's going to try to put some distance between himself and Mark Shane right behind. Casey Soul was right there with it. Getting a run. Getting a run on Mark Shane. P10, P11. Ian McClure right there in the rearview mirror. Staying close. Will we do it? Will we do it? We won't. Oh, Mark Shane is wide. Oh, some bumps. And Ian McClure is going to go right on by. Mercedes are together again. Luke Longnecker drag racing Patrick Carnahan down the straight into the chicane. Took a lot of grass, but at least no slowdown according to Raceroom. He may have gotten a slight incident there for a track limit, but not enough to cause a slowdown. Sean McGinnis is off to the side for the Opals, trying to make it back on. Back there in P31. Amato's coming around in P32 at the moment. Von Gingrich. Let's go on board. We're inside the BMW. That thick steering wheel. I don't think it's that thick, it just looks thick. London 24, he's got Matty Vargas right ahead. He's got Derek McCord right behind. Derek McCord, jeez! Derek McCord slides right by. He says, thank you, man, have another. That was some BMW on BMW action right there. Jeff Lacey, we're going to move right up. He's right here with Theodore Insbury. That's in 15. I'm not sure what has happened. Theodore started in P6. He's now down to P15. Jeff Lacey's right here behind in P16. He did not see any yellow flags, so if Insbury went off, he did not go off that far or that drastically to throw any yellow flags. Casey Soul, P10, got Ian McClure right ahead in P9. I do see yellow flags now, so someone, Von Gingrich and Derek McCord, have either come together or they followed each other right out into the gravel, sand, the beach. It's a beautiful day. Go to the beach. Theodore Insbury, P15. Let's go on board. He's got Fast Medici right ahead. He's got M. Sketty ahead of him. Flavio Barros, Casey Soul. He's got Jeff Lacey behind. Scott Galbraith, Richard Blatcher, Walt Briggs. A whole collection of people here. From P10 down through 19, so as a wide, he gets by Fast Medici there. As we can see, Medici and Jeff Lacey and Scott Galbraith not too far behind. And Sketty, as we see some folks dart right on through turns 1 and 2 in the chicane. We luckily, knock on wood, through race 1 and 2, have not seen too much death there in that first chicane. And get ready for next week when we go to Salzburg, the Salzburg ring. That first turn is an even crazier, even more murder prone turn 1 chicane. And here we are, Theodore Insbury, unfortunately for him, is moving down the grid. I don't know if he spun or if he was taken out. I do not speculate. I'm only throwing out things that may have happened. I don't know, but either way, he was facing the wrong way and is now back down in P24. M. Sketty right beside Mark Shane. Manages to get by. Mark Shane now has Flavio Barros getting by, and he does. And Fast Medici working on Mark Shane. Let's go on board. It's close. very close. M. Sketty has gone off on the inside. He will have to try to get, and he has some damage to that front end. That is going to mess up the aerodynamics on that car immensely. Scott Galbraith jinxed him. Got a little loose. Maybe got into Medici a little bit, or Walt Graves. No, it wouldn't be Walt Graves. It may have been Walt Graves. Got into someone there, and has got himself turned around. Unfortunate for Scott Galbraith, who now sits in P18. Keshen Hall here on a Ford teammate, same livery. The Hoff, David Hasselhoff would be proud of that livery. I can guarantee you that. But he has Shea Samuels right ahead. Theodore Insbury is going to be coming like a bat out of hell. Just slides right on by Jackson Sunny Lang right there to move into P23. Has Sketty right ahead, who he's very close to. Gonna take it to the inside. Sketty with some aerodynamic damage. Manages to grab back P22. Seesaws it through turn 7 and 8. And continues on. That car's loose. I don't know if it has a little issue or not, but that thing is sliding. Fast Medici right here, 2/10 behind. Mark Shane, this is for P12 and P13. Under 15 minutes to go, 10 minutes gone. Well, yeah. Lap 11, Matt Bergen has a 3.4 second lead over Patrick Carnahan. Matt Bergen is all-out domination. Theodore Insbury here, working on Matty Vargas. Does not get him into 7. We'll see if he gets him into 8. Does not get him into 8. Matty Vargas gets a little loose on the back end. And that's going to give Theodore the opportunity he needs. Goes a little wide. A lot of wide. Back on. Gets a slow down because of that. Casey Soul is behind the pagoda. Behind the building. Trying to stay out of the way. He does. And is moving right along. Now back in P20. Emery Anderson. Go on board with Emery. That is, who is that? That's Steve Busby. Going a little extra wide there on the first turn. He's got Derek McCord in his rearview mirror. Let's go on board with Derek McCord. We can watch this. Late break Derek McCord. Where are they? There they are. So they are side by side. Emery is not giving that up. Nor should he give that up. Gets back ahead going into turn 7 and 8. Derek with some extra slides there through 8. And Emery's going to try to put a little distance between himself and Derek McCord. Casey Soul is now back in P21. Theodore Insbury has moved to P20. Ed Scott up in the top 3. He's under a second here to Patrick Carnahan. As we see Patrick right there, heading towards the turn 1 and 2 chicane. Amato. It sucks, Amato. Sorry to hear that. Never a good thing when you have to retire due to the game having an issue. So Ed Scott here, keeping Patrick Carnahan close for P2 and P3. Matt Bergen, as you can see there, has I think started to encounter some lap traffic. Let's find him really fast. And he has, so He's coming up on, gosh, I don't even know. Who is that? That's not Emery. That's not Emery. Where's the Opal? That's Sean McGinnis. So, Derek McCord, Emery Anderson, and Matt Bergen right there behind. You see Matt Bergen there at the bottom of your screen. With these two fighting it out, they will have blue flags here coming up soon. And they will have to respectfully move out of the way when possible. Not necessarily like fully move out of the way, but not hold up Matt Bergen as much as possible. It's Scott here, still keeping him close. We'll keep an eye on that. Evan Gramke is in P8. He's got Ramiro Perez right ahead in the Mercedes of P7. And these two are trying to run down Theolupo here in P6. Let's go to the wing. The Decra wing of Theolupo as we see Ramiro Perez and Evan Gramke right behind him. Ramiro coming right on in, closing that gap. It's a hell of a run by Ramiro through their 7 and 8, down to 9. Ramiro's pushing the envelope. Ramiro wants it. There's yellow flags coming up from someone somewhere. What has happened? Who is moving down the leaderboard? Theodore Ensbury's there. Sketty, there he is. On the access road in P31, unfortunately for Sketty. Ed Scott trying to get it. He wants it. Will he get it? We don't know. Lap traffic has certainly played a part into the top 3 at least, making their way through, but just look at this. People everywhere. People diving out of the way. Trying not to hold anyone up. Trying to respectfully give room as much as possible on this very short track. Evan Gramke. Let's see like that. We'll go right here. Theolupo with the first car in this 3-pack. Ramiro Perez right here sandwiched in between, and Evan Gramke we're on board with. We're going to stay right here for a little bit. We're now down to 9 minutes to go. Matt Bergen still with almost a 3.5-second lead. Evan Gramke, a little bit wide, but also doing his best there to avoid the backside of Ramiro Perez. Doesn't lose too much, still under a second to Ramiro ahead. Well, let's compare an extra car. There you go. You can see the live timing there. That is a lap Mercedes on the outside. Someone's gone through some dust. Yellow flags. Oh, there's an Opal sideways. I don't know who that might be. That's Sean McGinnis. A little sideways, managed to stay out of the way. Scott Galbraith here on Walt Graves. They had quite the tussle in round 2. I'm not sure what they've had in round 3, probably nothing. But here they are together again, 15 and 16. And Scott's going board with Scott. He's going to try to get the run through 5 and 6, maybe even 7 and 8. Try to follow them to the start-finish line. 2/10 here. Can Scott put his nose somewhere to try to get ahead? I don't know. Someone was going to the pits there. Looked like an Opal, probably a Sean McGinnis. Scott will not get him to the line. Ramiro Perez, Evan Gramke, Theolupo. Let's go on board with Evan. He's going to try it. Going to try to take that heavy Audi to the outside. I think he has him for the moment. He does not. Ramiro Perez Still keeps himself in between Theolupo and Evan Gramke. 6, 7, and 8. Let's go on board again. Matt Bergen with a slowdown penalty. Will not hurt him all that much. Quite the battle here for 6, 7, and 8. As 1 through 6 have pretty well spread out. With Theolupo there in 6th, the first person in this small little train of cars. They are on it. They are in it. Let's go helicopter cam. The helicopter's still up there, still circling around. I've been told by the pilot that fuel is getting low. He's a trooper, and he's going to hang out until he's almost empty. You'd think they the helicopter could just stay right in the middle of the circuit and probably get all the angles, but he's moving a lot out there. He's showing off his skills today in Norway. Evan Gramke, let's go on board. He's right here. He's right there. Holding it strong. Looking for maybe a mistake by either Theo or Ramiro, or both. That would be a gift to either get a good run or to have two people have mistakes ahead and vault himself from 8 to 6. He would like nothing more, other than maybe some Jones barbecue and a foot massage. Who knows? I see more yellow flags in the software. I don't know who. Maybe off. It's a bit cleared. Might just be a slow car staying out of the way. We're now under 5 minutes of intense action. There are more yellow flags. Walt Graves, let's go on board. It's going to be intense here. That's, who do we even have here? That's Walt Graves right ahead. That's Scott Galbraith in the middle. That's Fast Medici behind. Let's go on board with Scott. Medici's going to hold off through turns 1 and 2. Scott's going to full on send it over the curbs in a good way. Try to stick himself close enough to Walt, maybe get back ahead. Scott's hanging tough right here in the middle. Who else we got? We got Ramiro Perez still right here in the middle between Theo and Evan Gramke. Evan goes wide. Audi does not care. Audi does not care about grass or anything else. Those Audis don't even take fuel. They just take premium scotch. Fill them up with scotch, we'll never stop running. Brought to you by Hennigan's. It's good scotch. So Evan, because of getting in the grass, has moved a little further back from Ramiro. Still under a second. Ed Scott, we're going to move up. We're under 3 minutes. Ed Scott is pushing the envelope. He wants it. He wants to go Audi 1-2. Patrick Carnahan is keeping that white snake Mustang wherever he needs to be. Slight touch, slight wobble between Patrick and Ed. Ed is still under a second though. He's still close. Anything can happen. The Mustang is throwing out popcorn off the back. It's like a James Bond feature. Instead of throwing out like an oil slick, it's just throwing out popcorn. Hoping you mess up by just the shower of popcorn coming at you. All right, we're going to move backwards. Ramiro Perez still here. Also having popcorn thrown at him by Theolupu and his White Snake Mustang. Even closer, Theodore Ensbury gets by Fast Medici with ease, it seems. And but then Fast Medici is staying right there on the inside. These two door banging it in a good way. Theodore manages to stay ahead in P16. At one point, I believe he was in P22, so he's trying to make his way back up as far as possible. Down to almost a minute to go. Matt Bergen, still P1. Almost 5-second lead over Patrick Carnahan in P2. Ed Scott right there. Knocking on the door. Taking that chicane full out almost. With ease. And he has a run. He's got a neck for a run. He's going to try to do it right here through 5 and 6. Come to a pretty good slowdown there. I don't know if the Audi is able to brake later or if it's just a lot heavier, so that's causing, you know, if you miss your braking point even by a foot, you're going to slide a little too far. You saw there where he was had to come to a more of a stop than he probably wanted to. And that allowed Patrick to kind of rocket away for just a second, but the Audi keeping it close. 7 seconds. Matt Bergen. Where is he? He just went through the turn 1-2 chicane, so this will be the last lap. Lap 27 for Matt Bergen. Theolupu has been passed by Ramiro Perez. Now has Evan Garamke right there. Let's go on board with Theolupu. Now in 6th. Trying to get his 5th place back. See what he can do with this Mustang. Also lap traffic there. Oh, Ramiro! On the curbs there a little bit. That's allowed Evan Gramke to be right here. It's 5, 6, and 7. All very close, very tight. They may try to split an Opel in half. Oh, Ramiro goes wide. Has to go wide because of the traffic. Unfortunate for him. That's going to allow Theo up in the 5th. Evan Gramke at the 6th. He had an issue then. They were 6, 7, and 8. But my apologies. Matt Bergen, P1. Patrick Carnahan, P2. Ed Scott, P3. Luke Longnecker coming around. He's in P4. Yeah, he's already done. Theolupu. Screamer! P5. Oh! That's some iRacing physics right there. Evan Gramke's come through for P6, Rudolph Stein. P7, Ramiro Perez. P8, Ian McClure, P9. Jeff Lacey, P10. Flavio Barros, P11. Richard Blatcher, P12. Mark Shane, P13. Scott Galbraith, P14. And he's sending it! Theodore Ensbury up into P15. Not what he had wanted, but better than where he was in the middle of that race. Walt Graves, P16, Keshan Hall, P17, Chase Samuels, P18, Fast Medici, P19, Michael Obin, P20, Jackson Sengelane, P21, Andy Morehouse in the pits, P22, Casey Saul, P23, Matty Vargas, P24, Mark Sutton, P25. People are still driving. I don't really know what's happening here. Von Gingrich, P26. Derek McCord, P27. Emery Anderson, P28. Steve Busby doing some donuts in the woods, it looks like. P29. Sean McGinnis, 8 laps down. P30. Sketty, 31. Amato had to retire due to some game issues and is unfortunately P32. But here are your official Race 2 results. Congratulations to Matt Bergen. P1 of Race 1 and 2. Patrick Carnahan, I think he had P2 for both of those as well. Then we move to this screen. I don't think I can do anything. I can't do anything else. So let's move to this. let's turn that off. That way you just hear me. So, hopefully you found that entertaining. Valerbanen, very small track, very close track. Not as spread out as the first 2 rounds. Matt Bergen obviously does not care about the ballast penalties that he's given for his average finishes of round 1 and 2. Had 80 kilograms of ballast and only 98% of the power of the car, and still manages to have about a 5-second gap over P2 at the end. So the man is a machine, and who knows, by the end of this season, by round 6, he might have like 130 kilograms of ballast. Who knows? But he's making it work, whatever he's doing. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to everyone else that was out there. Your podium finishers for race 1 and race 2. And yeah, thanks for everyone who either held on till the end of these races in this stream here, or for those that stopped by at some point and had to leave. Also, thanks to everyone who watches this back as a replay. So it's all of it's appreciated. Make sure to put a like. It's very simple to do. Hit that thumbs up. Don't hit a thumbs up for my commentary. Hit a thumbs up at least just for those folks out there racing and for the content that it gives you. Whether it be the auto director doing it if I step away for just a second, or if it's me clicking around trying to keep the action on screen, give it a like. You don't have to like me. I'm not a likable person as it is. So don't worry about my commentary. I really just dictate what's on screen happening at the moment. So give this thing a like. Give it a comment if you want to, good or bad. We look at them all. Crazy Canuck. Scott, nice job. I did okay. I did fine. But yeah, put a like, put a comment, subscribe if you haven't yet to this channel, follow the Twitch channel if you haven't already. We use them both. Get in the Discord server, discord.gg/NARR. NARR. Type that into a browser. That will bring it up in your Discord client if you've got it, or download the client and jump in. That'll give you access to future season championships. That'll give you access to races that we do in Raceroom, AMS2, Dirt Rally 2, ACC, iRacing, whatever. We have people that do it all. So jump in there. If you're not in there, then you obviously don't know what's going on, and you're going to miss out on great stuff. Great races, great people, great racing. And what else could you ask for in the sim racing hobby that we have? There's nothing else that you need. Those 3 things. So find your way there. Find the Twitter. Find the Instagram. And really, that's it. What's today? Monday. Wednesday, we should have a stream up for the weekly ranked event. I hope. We'll see. I don't know. It's GT3s in the ADAC, ADAC classes at Macau for, I want to say, like a 20-minute race and then a 40-minute race, maybe? Let me bring it up. Yeah, so a 40-minute race or a 20-minute race and a 40-minute race. So only 60 minutes total of racing, but out of 2 races, because Macau is long and Macau is tough and crazy. So if you're going to be in that, Godspeed to you and good luck. If you're not going to be in it, come on back, because we'll probably have a stream. I don't know how much I'll commentate, but we'll at least have it up. That way you can watch whoever may jump in the Americas server. We are the home. I'll say it. We're the home streamers of the Americas server for the weekly ranked event. So if you have interest in the weekly ranked event and you're not doing it, come to this channel and you'll be able to watch it. So it's not official, but I'm making it official for us. We're the home of the Americas server. I'm going to put that somewhere in big bold letters. So yeah, I've talked enough. I'm kind of rambling. I've had some caffeine, and we're gonna call it a night. So come back Wednesday. There will probably be a stream, as I now have just declared this the home of the Americas server. So we'll have one up. We'll have one going. You may hear me at times. You may not. Who knows? But either way, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching this stuff. Thanks for watching it back if you're watching this at a later time and you've made it this far. You are a trooper. I love you, and you're a great person. So, yeah, that's it. We're done. We're ending it. We'll see you next time. We'll see you on Wednesday. In the meantime, stay healthy, stay safe, and continue sim racing. Do what you do, and do it well. So, we'll see you next time.